This has been a big year for Instagram. Trends have emerged and updates have changed the game for many users. In this video, I'm going to highlight the 6 biggest trends that we've seen this year, and it's going to give you some ideas for your own strategy. On this channel, I talk a lot about Instagram, personal branding, and other social media platforms, as well as practical advice to looking good online. If those topics interest you, I'd love to have you around here a little more often. Maybe even consider subscribing or hitting the bell to be notified when I post next. Now, let's talk all about Instagram trends in 2020. Today I'm in Cabo, and the question comes from Deirdre, who asks, Phil, what are the biggest Instagram trends that you have spotted this year? That's a great question, Deirdre. Thank you for asking that, and I have spotted lots of them. I'm going to share them in this video today. Now, really quick, before we dive into that, I want to tell you about my Instagram Mastery course. This course will help you improve all of your games on all 4 pillars of Instagram. We say 4, it's actually 5 now. Feed, Stories, Live, IGTV, and now Reels. I have included a promo code down below that will allow you to get 50% off this course. My way of saying thank you for hanging out with me today. So now let's go on and talk about trends, starting with the first one. Trend number 1, carousels. They are on the rise. And when I say carousel, I'm referring specifically to content that is normally facts, tips, or anything educational where people have to consume that media across multiple media types. So it could be multiple photos or a video. If you follow me on Instagram, which by the way, you should, you will spot these pretty often. I started posting these in January as a way to diversify the content that I was sharing beyond just pictures of me while I'm traveling around the world. I, for one, love carousels, and my audience seems to agree. One of my top performing posts ever is a carousel. It's this one right over here, 3 free apps for content creation. That's exactly what I shared, my 3 favorite apps when it comes to creating content. Notice that this had almost 800 saves, which for me is a lot. Saves are a great action for a user to take. Usually it means people see something they like and they want to reference it later. And Instagram's algorithm interprets that as valuable, important, and engaging for your audience and for others that might be inclined to follow you. I think that's why carousels do so well. It's the perfect way to overwhelm someone in a good way with lots of value by winning them over, by teaching them, and ultimately working towards earning their trust. I first noticed this trend within the graphic design community, specifically Chris Du and a lot of other influencers in his space. People like Dave Tallis, Dane Walker, and Jeremy Murrah are all great creators. They all have awesome content in this format. Now we're starting to see brands share carousel content. And one that comes to mind right away is Heyday, which is a popular skincare brand and retailer that I enjoy following. Again, this is an amazing way to entertain, engage, and educate your audience. So if you haven't jumped onto this one, you totally should. Now, moving on to trend number 2. Trend number 2, Instagram Live. Now, let me first clarify. This feature has been around for a few years, but it really took off this year. I've been preaching since the beginning about how amazing this feature is, especially when it comes to creating content efficiently. So I am happy to see now that it's getting the attention it deserves. Many of us will remember 2020 for the time that we spent at home in self-quarantine, and I think that this has definitely contributed to the rise in its popularity. Something to remember, a live gets prioritized over story updates on a user's homepage. Just by doing a live, or better yet, a Q&A, it will illuminate your profile photo in a visually distinct way, and it will draw attention to your profile. It is such an easy way to create content. No need to worry about having a fancy camera, a better microphone, good lighting, or editing. All of these things add hours and expenses to your workflow. For me, when I'm making YouTube videos compared to an Instagram Live, the beauty of it is that everything can be done from your phone, and again, your live will always be prioritized over story updates to your followers on their homepage. Now you can push directly from live to IGTV once it ends, and it will drive more views from your followers. And also you could be featured on the Explore page so that people who aren't following you yet might see you. Now, I'm not gonna go into detail on how to create awesome lives in this video. I'm gonna stick to trends, but I talk all about that in a separate video, which I'm gonna link to over here. If live is interesting to you, I highly recommend checking out this video for some exciting, tangible tips on how to rock this vertical of Instagram. It is definitely one of my favorite ways to make content on this platform. Now, on to the next trend. Trend number 3, IGTV Series. I talked about live, it's been a big year for live, but it's also been a big year for IGTV, one of the newer verticals on Instagram. They launched it back in 2018 with lots of excitement and buzz, but people were generally slower to flock to this one. Why? It could be a number of reasons. Unlike live, which is easy to create, and an IGTV series is normally a little bit more produced. Obviously, if you're pushing from live to IGTV, you can't edit that content. But if you're posting on IGTV, normally it's going to require some editing, some extra resources as well. When they launched this, they intended it as vertical video only. Since then, they've changed that requirement. You can post a normal sized landscape video, but it doesn't really use the full potential, the full portrait screen real estate that you have available to you, which is why vertical is still recommended for IGTV. Here's an example of where I posted a normal landscape video, and notice how it leaves a lot of the screen real estate black. This is an example of what you should try to avoid if you can. I use a paid app called Wave, which I'll link to down below, and this takes an image that you can make in a tool like Canva and adds an audio wave on top. I can also add subtitles to my videos too, which is perfect for someone who wants to watch without listening to it, and they can see what's happening without turning the volume up. IGTV is intended for vertical, longer form video content, and when you try to upload a video that's longer than 1 minute, Instagram will prompt you and ask you if you want this video on IGTV, a dedicated app created by Instagram, and its content is also cross-promoted in the main app. Better yet, make your IGTV part of a series. Think about a theme or a way that your content can build on itself or be a part of the same family. Your IGTVs don't really have to be long either. Instagram suggests to its creators that 2 to 3 minute videos for IGTV are the perfect length, and they're quick and easy for consumption. Anything shorter than that are likely better suited for your feed or for stories, and anything drastically longer than that probably doesn't belong on Instagram. So that's IGTV created as a series. On to our next trend. Trend number 4, monochrome design. One of the biggest design/user interface trends to emerge this year, using dark mode on your device. Some claim that this is a great way to save battery life, and it's a lot easier on your eyes, right? We spend a lot of time these days looking at our phones, so this might be something to consider. Trend-wise, it has definitely impacted visual styles that we see popping up on platforms like Instagram. Black as a primary color, previously viewed by designers as often being too harsh as a primary tone for websites and for apps, but this is hugely popular right now. When I think about this, I think about my friend Simon, and I'll put his handle here. He's really adopted this aesthetic, which I think looks great. So monochrome design is definitely a trend. We'll see if this sticks, only time will tell. Next, trend number 5, stickers. Stickers are definitely more today than what they used to be. In fact, in the years prior to this, there haven't been a huge amount of innovation when it comes to Instagram stickers. However, this year is a totally different story. Instagram has launched many new stickers this year, and in many cases a response to the current events happening around the world. Let's look at a few of those examples together. The Support Small Businesses sticker. This allows you to bring attention to your favorite small businesses around the world. You can use this sticker to tag a small business in your story post, and it will cause your post to be added to a shared story related to that company, which is super cool. It also previews 3 3 recent posts of that business on the sticker itself, which is super cool. Next, the Share Black Stories sticker. This was actually launched in 2019 as part of Instagram's celebration of Black History Month, but it reappeared in 2020, appropriately so, allowing users to express themselves and share their diverse, unique perspectives every day. Next, the DM sticker. Simply put, this one encourages viewers of Instagram stories to send you a direct message. Finally, the challenge sticker. We've seen on other platforms like TikTok and the rise of Instagram challenges. Now they've built in this feature directly to your stories, enabling you to record a challenge, like the push-up challenge, for example, then you can nominate your friends. And I'm sure by the time that I post this video, there will be even more stickers. This is a great move by Instagram to empower its creators. Stickers are my 5th trend of 2020. Finally, our last trend number 6, Reels. Instagram's newest vertical is all the rage. Of course, there's nothing new about it, especially if you've spent time creating content on TikTok. It's going to feel very familiar to you. 15-second content that engages and entertains. It's going to be very interesting to see how many people choose Reels over TikTok. Can Instagram keep their users on this app and engage them in this way? Or will the strong culture that's developed on TikTok be unbeatable? It's still too early to tell, but it's going to be an interesting one to watch for sure. Of course, there are other features that have been launched this year, which I haven't talked about in this video. Things like Instagram shopping, monetization for IGTV creators, as well as AR filters. These are all what I would consider to be honorable mentions, but I think that they're still in their infancy, so I expect to see them grow, likely throughout the rest of the year and into 2021. Now I want to know from you, I've done all the talking, what's your favorite Instagram trend of 2020? Did I miss any that you would add to the list? Let me know by putting it in the comments below. I keep an eye on those and I respond personally, so let's keep the conversation going down there. And if you found this video helpful, I would so appreciate a like and for you to consider subscribing for more videos of mine right here on YouTube, where I discuss Instagram strategy and growth and building your personal brand, as well as practical advice to looking good online. Next, I'm going to link you through to some Instagram related videos that will help you build your brand, including a rundown of recent updates. This video has been popular, so make sure you check it out. I'm Pallen. Thanks for watching, and those videos are coming up next.